do it. We're back again for another episode of JT Discussions. For today's episode, my brother actually sent me this video, and I have not watched it yet, so I have no idea what it's going to be about. All I know is the title, and it's a trailer to some TV show, I guess.
This will be our first time watching this video.
Right. Okay, Naked Attraction, the official trailer.
Are you ready to play the game?
Welcome to Naked Attraction, the dating show that likes to let it all hang out.
Can picking a partner based solely on natural beauty help you find the one?
Bring it on.
When we're entirely unfiltered, what do men and women really find attractive?
We are going to reveal them to you bit by bit.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready now for Mr. Right.
Really can't wait to see her with the clothes on.
We like to start where a good date ends, naked.
Do you want to see a little bit more?
I don't know what to say. That's one of the worst shows or trailers for shows I have ever seen.
The sad thing is, it'll probably go for a few seasons. No one's going to watch it, but they're going to pump out a few seasons.
So the premise of the show is you're just naked. People decide they like you or not.
Bit by bit.
It's going to reveal what men and women are really interested in, as if we don't already know.
I don't think I saw an attractive female in there.
Attractive man, you saw?
I wasn't looking at the men.
Yeah.
There's men looking for men
The
in
thing
this
is,
show.
you know why you didn't see one? Because an attractive woman wouldn't go on that show.
That's right.
Because they don't need to.
That's right.
Yep.
I realized that, yeah. I did.
Would you go on that show?
No, because, like I said, there's no attractive females.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the point, yeah.
what am I going to be stuck with?
It's like going to a club you know no girls go to, so why would you go?
Yeah, it's really. You see that the requirements were the bar was low. You know, they'll take anyone.
And they looked like they did.
Did you ever see this show, The Biggest Loser? That was a
They
good
lost a
show.
lot of weight and stuff?
Yeah, where they were just huge.
Yeah, I did see that.
And then at the end, some would actually slim down.
This is a tangent. But the issue with that show wasn't that people would not lose weight. They would lose weight, right?
They would gain it back.
They'd always gain it back. There's a lot of studies on that. And they actually instigated or inspired a new generation of personal trainers and nutrition coaches who realized, oh, wait a minute, we can get people to lose weight. People can lose weight dieting a certain way or not eating a lot or doing the extreme things. Once they stop doing those things, they gain it all back, often worse. And what happens was, often with those contestants in the Biggest Loser show, is that they would lose all this weight. They would gain, not only would they gain it back, so say 300 pounds, they got up 200 pounds, another 300 pounds again. So not only would they gain it back, but their metabolism would be slower. So let's say, for example, they're at 300 pounds and they're burning, let's say, 3,000 calories a day. By actually losing the weight and gaining it back again, it slowed down. So instead of burning 3,000 calories in a day, it would go down to, say, 2,200 in a day. And so they would basically have to eat less to stay the same weight as before. Does that make sense? So imagine your weight now, right? So you want 70 or something. Let's say you could sustain your weight eating 2,000 pounds or 2,000 calories in a day or 3,000 calories in a day. Which one would you not gain weight doing? The higher amount, right? Because
Do you burn or you consume?
I'm saying that's how much you burn in a day naturally, just because your weight.
Right.
If you burn that much more calories in a day, it's harder for you to gain weight. Sorry,
Right.
because you're the higher amount.
Right.
Compared to if your natural metabolism is 2,000 calories, it's easier for you to gain weight. So the problem was they had that problem of their metabolism was here, now it's here, but now they're at the same weight they were before.
So they have to work harder to
Work harder and
gain the weight that
yeah, and there's a whole
and to lose the weight.
this could touch the whole
Again.
nutrition coaching conversation. But basically, there's a process you have to go through to fix that before you lose weight again. Or you just don't do that extreme stuff from the beginning. You lose it in a more sustainable way, where your metabolism is not correct over time. You don't get it back.
So would that apply to like Paddy Pimblett, the fighter, who was like
Applies to all
fights at
fighters. Yeah,
145 and he balloons up to 190?
it can't. It applies more to like bodybuilders.
Bodybuilders.
It applies more to that crowd because the fighters, they're losing weight in a very short amount of time. A lot of it's water weight, like they're in a sauna, they're running, they're sweating, they're spitting, they do all these extreme things for a single weigh-in, and then they're fine. For bodybuilders, it's very different. They're actually getting to an extremely low body fat percentage for stage,
And they're putting on weight.
and they're putting on weight, also trying to retain their muscle. It's a little different scenario, and so they're more likely to have metabolic issues.
I remember I was super young when that show came out.
Yeah.
My tangent is simple. I saw that show and I was like, I just see these people and I'm like, they can't even walk on the treadmill. They'd be tired from like
Yeah.
walking. I'm like,
Yep.
how do you get to the point where you can't walk? And I think that just motivates me to this day. It's like, I'm not trying to be super fit. I'm not trying to be super muscular. I'm just trying to not be like a person who can't walk on a treadmill. That's kind of in, I think, subconsciously my whole thing.
Well, often the fear of failure is stronger than the desire for success.
I feel safe to say that's where I've been operating, but
Doing pretty well though.
thank you. Thank you.
Pretty far off from that.
Thank you.
From
Thank you.
being different.
Now I'm getting, I think it's like to say we're both in a stage, at a point in our lives. Me, I'm for sure. You've probably been operating like this for a while now, where, I don't want fear of failure to motivate me. I actually want to play to win. Like,
Yeah.
like I know I'm not gonna fail now. Now it's like, all right, now I'm going for the win. I'm trying to cop that W.
Yeah, and they're both very strong motivating factors. Just that one has a ceiling to it.
Yeah.
The fear of failure has more of a ceiling to it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not about like succeeding, it's about doing enough to not be a failure.
There you go.
Versus striving for success or a certain threshold that most people can't get to, that has a higher ceiling, obviously.
I'm not sure which one Michael Jordan operated under. I think he just didn't like, or Kobe. Kobe didn't like to lose. It was Kobe, I think. Didn't
And they
want to
both
lose.
they both hated losing.
Yeah,
But definitely Kobe too.
but they were both winners. So they were definitely going for the win, and they hated losing, which is what.
Yeah, they're both very strong motivating factors.
That show should be rebooted instead of this show, whatever this is.
Yeah. How are we now?
There's no interest in it. We just went talking to like
A whole different thing.
A
'Cause that
whole
was just
nother show.
awful. Because the only thing we really can say about it is that it's awful, and that's kind of an obvious concept. People be attracted to people who look healthier, who are fitter. Like, there's not gonna be some like actually, there could be. There's not gonna be some like attractive dude or fit guy, shape guy who's going to like look at an overweight girl and be like, oh, I choose her over some other girl.
Think about this. Okay,
Unless
now
they're black, but.
exactly. Think about this now. We're going back to this. Now we're talking about this show that's coming up. Imagine it's a dating show, right?
Finding love.
Final love. All right. Let's say it looks like there could be different types of couples, but let's just say for a certain type of couple, man and woman, they do this show, they meet, they fall in love, they have a family, they have children. Imagine if your parents were like, yeah, we're on this dating show where we just exposed naked to each other. In front of millions of billions of people around the world saw us. We're essentially porno.
Softcore porn.
Softcore.
It's blurred out, I guess.
The trailer was blurred out, but I mean HBO Max, it's R-rated.
True. It could be actually right. But the thing is, there are the scary and disgusting part is that there are more people, more parents who are meeting under worse circumstances now that are also public. There are how many OnlyFans moms?
It's crazy. It's a crazy times we live in, to say the least.
We can get attacked a lot after this episode. This gets a lot of views, probably.
No, we're gonna pop off, and then they're gonna find
This is an old one? Yeah.
They're gonna find this a
2
year
years.
from now.
Yeah.
So hi.
He says black people like fat girls. Duh.
Yeah, I do.
Ask anyone you know. Alright. Anything else?
How was that show? You seemed another show. While we're on shows, how was that show you were getting into?
Oh, the Jake Gyllenhaal one?
Presumed Innocent. I believe.
Yeah, I watched the last episode last night.
Of the season?
Of what they've produced so far. So they're produced or distributing it in waves. So like next weekend will be a new one. Even after that will be a new one.
A new episode every
Yeah, new episode.
week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently there's only like 3 or 4 more left of the
Episodes?
season. Yeah, the last one was released on July 24th.
You-
It was like 8 episodes.
it looked interesting.
It looks really cool actually.
That show was good.
Presumed Innocent. Yeah, watch that instead of this. It's actually kind of interesting.
And if you
I'm gonna
haven't,
watch that.
and if you haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, I don't know what you're doing, because he just watched it for the first
I
time
binge
not too
watched
long
that
ago.
within like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, you still missed like the first 6 episodes of the first season.
Did I?
Yeah,
No, I watched it.
Oh, you watched
Yeah, I
it
started
from
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just glued, and I was like, that's my boy right there.
It was 10 years later after it was released.
I mean, it's never too late. So go watch Sons of Anarchy. That's the moral.
That's a good one.
That's the whole purpose
If
of
you're
this
gonna watch
episode.
TV, YouTube, entertainment in general, watch things that are actually interesting. That have a cool storyline, lessons you can learn. I'm assuming there's not much you can learn from this, unless you're a complete idiot, and you're slow, or you're like 13 and you don't understand the way it works. But
On Sons of Anarchy too, you know what's great, because you say it's that has a story and whatnot. I'm not sure if it was Hamlet. I don't know if I told you this already. Hamlet or Macbeth. It was one of Shakespeare's plays or stories that Sons of Anarchy is basically rewritten as, just in Harleys and motorcycle gangs. You know, the tyrant is kind of like a dictator, and the new prince takes the throne only to see himself become what he hated. Spoiler alert,
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big spoiler, actually.
Yeah, but I mean,
You'll see.
you'll put a warning on this. He does a lot of the work for this channel.
It's actually a lot of, I'll be honest. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
We're not real. We're robots.
That's it.
That's it. See you next time.